Hello everybody and welcome to another video on the channel. Today we are going to be talking about the 2024 election, and I am going to be filling out this map made by 270 to win, and it has some battlegrounds, those states in that grayish gold color. Those are the states that I'm going to be filling out. The safe category is kind of all filled out already, but we have, as you can see, if you look at the bottom left-hand corner of your screen, likely, leans, and tilt, and I'm pretty sure all the safe is already filled out, but maybe there'll be a state that I want to characterize as safe, so we've got those categories now, and this is just going to be kind of like a generic Republican against the generic Democrat. So let's get started. Nevada. Nevada is a state that has been competitive for a while now. It has been growing more liberal. It's been shifting to the left, but in the 2020 election, a lot of people thought it was a done deal, and it actually ended up being close. So, Nevada, I don't think is a safe. I think in this election, in this 2024 election, it will be likely. And I say likely is from the range of 5 points to 10 points. So, it'll probably go to the Democrat by around 5 points. I believe it went to Joe Biden by about 3 points, and it is definitely becoming more liberal. Actually, 2 or 3 points, but it's becoming more liberal. So it's it's gonna be probably likely. That's my best characterization. Minnesota is another state that's kind of like that. It's actually been growing more conservative, but I think that, it went to Joe Biden by 10 points, and it's not gonna, a generic Democrat would probably win this by a good amount. So, yeah. Let's move on to, a state that the Republicans would probably win would be Ohio and Iowa, two Midwestern states, and also the Democrats would probably win New Hampshire over here, and of course they'd win the state of Maine, and the Republicans, I think you could say, would probably win its second congressional district. So there you go. And then Iowa and Ohio are definitely becoming more conservative states. Iowa went to Barack Obama twice, but since then, Trump won it twice, and both were by, they were close margins, but they weren't really close margins. I'd say Florida, too, would be another state that could go to generic Republican by around 5 or 6 points. It's definitely becoming more conservative. And the Latino community went out to vote, and the Democrats wanted this to happen for a long time. They just didn't go out to vote for Democrats. So that's kind of disappointing for the Democrats. It's great for the Republican Party. Also, Texas. Latinos voting for Republicans in Florida, so I don't see why they wouldn't do the same in Texas. There's a large African American community in Texas, though, so if African Americans go out to vote, then that would give the the Republicans a boost there. So now we're down to kind of the real battleground states. This one, the 2nd congressional district here, I'm going to say that's a leans. And I don't like leaving states blank, so, like, without a color, blue or red. So I'll be filling out every state. Georgia. I think we could say that this is going to be probably out of the tilt category into the leans category for Democrats. I think that Georgia is becoming very liberal. And in 2024, it will go to probably Biden by around, a generic Democrat by probably around 3 or 4 points. And maybe come 2028, it's as liberal as going to a generic Democrat by 5 or 6 points. So Georgia definitely becoming liberal, and I wouldn't be shocked if it's permanently liberal or liberal for a while. This used to be a solid conservative state, but it went to Biden, and then everybody said, oh, well, it's just because people don't like Trump, which I thought was true, and then they won both Senate races, and it's like, yeah, Georgia's liberal. And the Republicans can't win the suburbs anymore, which is a huge problem. And if you're thinking about it, a generic Republican now is a conservative Republican. So that makes it even less likely that a Republican could win in Georgia. Same thing with Arizona. I think that Arizona will be a leans. It'll be closer than Georgia, though. I believe it will come down to probably 2 points, but I believe that the Democrats can win there. Michigan, probably going to be a leans, 4 points, 3 points, 4 points there. 3 or 4 points there. If the African American community goes out to vote there, then that's going to be huge for the Democrats. Pennsylvania, I feel like that's a leans Democrat as well. The closest or the hardest states to predict right now, I feel like, are North Carolina and Wisconsin. Yeah. I feel like, though, we're probably going to see North Carolina continue to, it's going to stay red, probably. And Wisconsin, not. I think that Wisconsin will be tilt Republican. And normally I'd say, well, that's it. Democrats lose. But wait a second. With Georgia and Arizona, the Democrats don't lose. They win. It's 292 to 246. And this is really probably a toss-up. So that those 10 electoral votes are going to be very close in 2024, and I feel like it's too early to predict that. If I had to say, I'd say with a generic Republican, somebody probably most likely to the left of Trump. It's hard to get to the right of Trump, but somebody to the left of Trump. If it is somebody to the left of Trump, then Wisconsin would probably go red. But who knows? That's a very, very competitive state right now. I think both parties should be making efforts to win that state. So it's wide open. And a lot of these states, like the states of North Carolina, Georgia, Pennsylvania, Michigan, and Arizona are all really wide open. But if I had to say, I'd say just based on trend, that that this would be this would be the final electoral map. Okay, thank you guys for watching, and have a great rest of your day.